Oh
Dude,
shit.
I would literally sit on my porch up north and just like sit there with binoculars and bird
Oh
watch
my
when I was like
You
god,
six
are,
feet in
you're
seventh
dude.
grade.
old. You are
I can
old.
find you a
I'm not even
retirement
kidding.
home brochure, dude. I'll get you one.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to episode 56 of Big Deck Energy. We got a nice episode for you today. We got a couple more spoilers for Rosetta. I think instead of going over those, we're kind of going to give our takes on what heroes we'll probably be playing in our pre-release. And it depends on, what cards we get, but kind of just overall who we think is going to be the strongest in the Rosetta limited environment. We have some Blitz news from this skirmish season. Some really, depending on who you are, it's exciting stuff.
Yeah.
Some of those changes need to come to CC. Yeah, let's get right into it, boys. I feel like I'm missing a couple of things, but
That's okay. We'll get to them. Yeah, it was kind of actually a good week for news, I think, this week.
a friend of mine likes to say, "Fuck it, we ball."
Yeah, we got a lot of stuff. I'm personally super excited for our topic today. I'm excited to talk about the new set that we're getting into, all arcane in quotations. But
Yep.
why don't we
Josh,
start
you
off?
making it to our pre-release?
Hopefully, but that is the week before my wedding.
Oof. Yeah, so
is it?
we-
Ooh, that's gonna be a busy week for you.
Josh will be MIA that weekend, but that's all right.
Yeah. So I'm gonna
Did
try.
did you guys play? Did you guys play any Fab this weekend?
I did.
Other than a couple games of Talishar, nope. I was just practicing on Zen since I have the deck built. Kind
For
of the
what
deck I've been
format?
playing. Well, not Blitz. I can tell you that much because he went straight to the LL list. Let me tell you.
2 weeks.
Yeah,
fucking weeks, dude.
We'll get into that a little bit, but
No,
hey, congratulations, LSS. I'm so proud of you guys. You finally done it and released a hero that somehow beat Starvo in the race to LL.
I told you.
That's
This
pretty
man-
wild.
I called it when we did our Part the Misfail episode. I said Zen was going to be the best. I
Love
just
you.
wanna
You
say it.
did, didn't you?
I did. I just want to say it.
Yeah, I think of anyone, Dylan was probably the one screaming from the mountaintops the most, though.
Yeah.
It's funny, like I think I've said it before on one of the pods, but like none of us believed him, but like in a joking manner. We were like, "Ah, dude, shut up, silly ninja." He's like, "No, guys, he's fucking broken. He's gonna be, top 3 in the meta."
We're
Let
over here
alone
like he's
best
just a
hero in every
Katsu
format.
better. We're like, no. He's just like a kind of better Katsu.
Yeah. We thought of the 3 heroes, he was going to be the least impactful. So I mean, it goes to show.
Yeah, I mean, like
what we know.
his ability, I think, when we were looking at Mistvale from a pre-release standpoint, like his ability just looks so vanilla on its face, especially compared to, like News got like a whole paragraph of text and Enigma's just like, oh yeah, make spectral shields and your attacks are free sometimes and all of this. Like,
very Prism-esque.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
And
Zen
then
was just...
Zen comes out and he's just like, nah, bonds go burr.
Yeah, I mean, he taught us the true power of Bonds, Descendant combo.
Yeah,
without
I think
Dishonor. So. I mean, just seeing that
yeah, didn't even need to play Dishonor.
I mean, let alone we didn't know that you were going to be able to, Chi turn 1 and then go with Traverse into Boots with the double Art of War or an Ancestral Harmony.
Yeah.
And go
I think
off
the main
for
thing
40 damage. So
yeah, it definitely like hinges on the back of that Traverse, right? Like his whole game plan or that whole like spike turn. So like when you read him, just his ability itself, it's just like, oh, just kind of like better Katsu. You don't need to hit, It's just kind of like a strictly better Katsu ability. But then you just like realize it all together, and you're like, oh, like
Because like the
It's kind
cost
of
curve in them was not high at all. I mean, you were maybe
no.
playing 12 one cost cards. Everything else was like zero cost if you did the combo stuff. So,
Yep.
you know, just
Yep.
getting that extra blue in hand helped you get all the way through that turn. But
We can actually we are going to talk a little bit about Zen later, so we can kind of save the Zen talk and stuff for later. But we played in a blitz skirmish, or sorry, we did not play in a blitz skirmish. One of our locals did. Actually, I think Nathan and Alex made it too. But I did want to shout out to Tyler this weekend. One of our locals, he's kind of new to Fab. I think he's 3 months in. He said, and he's been just tearing it up. Top
really
four and
has.
top eighting a lot of these skirmishes, getting prepped for PQs. This will be his first PQ season. But I talked to him a little bit, and I kind of wanted to pick his brain with kind of that barrier of entry with everyone knows about with Fab. He kind of like goes against the grain a little bit with that whole rule of thumb, because he kind of hit the ground running, and he just has really had a lot of success early. And I asked him kind of like what he attributes that to. And again, he played Magic, I think, about a decade ago, he said. So he was playing competitively, a little bit. He knows the TCG scene a little bit in that regard. But yeah, I think I just wanted to definitely get a shout out into him. So shout out to you, Tyler.
no, it's good to see.
He missed our armory just to go play in a skirmish, so he's been killing it.
No, I heard him when we were at our skirmish. He was like, "Yeah, I was playing like 4 to 5 times a week." And I looked over. I was like, "Holy shit!" He's like, "Yeah, that was too much. I had to cut down."
I mean, if you think about it, Josh, at our peak, you and I were probably going to like 4 or so
Yeah, we were
a week at
yeah,
least.
We were going to 3 to 4 a week. You're not wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, what
It's
happened to that, Josh? Where's that energy?
Dude, having a child does something to you, okay?
Yeah, I know it.
I know Tanner's about to go through it, so shout out to you, buddy. Welcome to the Fab Dads.
It's funny. Tyler always makes the joke he's single, so he can spend money on cards and play every day, the week. So he has been playing a lot. So that's probably what it really is, or what it boils down to. So, but yeah, I'm excited to play PQ season with him and kind of show him that next level of things,
Yeah.
But I got absolutely smashed in our armory. I played Shyana. We were playing Blitz to kind of give everyone another run through Blitz for the skirmishes, and didn't get to make it to a skirmish, just the armory. And I think I went 1 and 2.
How many people were at the armory?
There was 7 of us.
Gotcha. Okay, so a good amount from
7 of us. Week. And then a few of the players went to the skirmish at the dump that night. That's a nickname for the shop, by the way. It's called Dumpster Cat. We just call it the dump. It's actually an awesome spot. It is not a dump, but you go into the basement of that thing.
Downstairs pizza.
Oh yeah. You get to play in the basement every once in a while. That's always a fun time.
Yeah, you
Bottom
do bad
tables.
enough at their events there, they banish you to the dungeon.
It's the best.
Dude, after round 1, I'd be playing every fucking game down in that fucking dungeon.
Shut up.
I could. Oh, so Josh, you haven't been to the shop recently. So, you know that nice O2 drop playmat I got from, why am I struggling to remember the company now?
Was it Ultimate Guard or something?
No, it's the one that's local to Minnesota.
The one that Matthew Tickle.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't remember.
What do they call it?
I can't remember.
Oh my god, this is gonna bother me now that I wanted to. We're like, just shout them out.
It'll come to us. I'm sure we'll remember it.
But anyways. So recently, like within the last Legion supplies.
There you go, Legion.
Yep. But anyways, anytime someone boots me out or makes me O2 drop, I'm letting them sign the playmat.
Oh shit.
Yeah, you got your first signature this weekend, huh? That's what I heard.
No, I got my first signature last weekend.
Oh, I thought Tanner signed it this weekend.
Yeah, he was the second. Sean was the first.
Ah, very nice. Well, that thing's going to be loaded up with signatures by the end of the year.
Whoa.
Just kidding.
No, I'm using it as motivation for me to do better.
There you go.
You
You
know,
have
I want
to sign it in
signatures
silver
on
marker so you see it all over the black mat.
No, it is in black marker,
Oh.
but
Gotta go silver so you see your feet.
yeah, that's maybe I should. I just gotta buy a silver Sharpie to bring with me.
There you go. Give you motivation, brother. Don't worry, I owe 2 dropped at our last skirmish, the LL one, so I should be with you on that playmat grind.
Bunch of fucking scrubs. What is happening, you guys? Come on.
Wow.
Gotta get them dubs.
Dude, I was so
Just
tired
kidding.
when I played Dietz. And Jacob, I was like, this is messed. I was like, I'm so groggy. But Bailey, you played in the armory too?
I did play in an armory. We had one at Legends this weekend. We played Blitz. Did you already say this time? I just
Yep.
reiterating what
Yep.
you said. Okay, yeah. Oh, hold on. I'm still on page like 20 of my
Show notes.
events.
Oh.
Oops.
Oh.
Here we go. Yeah. So we played Blitz this weekend. I was playing Revent.
Did you have your deck full of chivalries or no?
I should have, like, looking back on it, that would have been absolutely hilarious. Just show up with a deck of like 40 chivalries, and then like
Just swing hammer every turn.
My sideboard is just all chivalry. Just swap them in. But no, I did not. I showed up with it's basically the deck from Round the Table. I made a few tweaks to it. I was gonna add my Towering Titans and then like couldn't find them, so I'm pretty sure they're still in my Bravo list somewhere, which was unfortunate because you know me, I'm all about Towering Titan, especially in Blitz.
Of course.
But anyways, I lost round 1 to Carter. He was on Aurora. And dude, Aurora goes so fast. Oh my god.
Yeah, she's quick.
They did a really good job with her being a lightning hero. Like she definitely feels like she is an embodiment of lightning.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Dude, I lost round 2 to Tanner, and Tanner, I love you, buddy. I have no idea how I lost that game, man. I'm, like, in my opinion, so favored into that matchup. He was playing Benji, and I just, like, I have all of, like, the 2-block equipment and, like, all of this armor. Like, I mean, I have 4 equipment pieces that are 2 blocks with temper, and then a shield that blocks another 2 with temper. So I have 10, 15 total block on my armor.
Did you ever let Spring Tidings hit?
No, I never let a Spring Tidings hit, but he was just able to keep sneaking through with like all these little like 2, 1, 2.
Don't hate on Benji. Come on.
I get a little salty every time I talk about Benji. But no, and I couldn't get there. I was trying to like set up because like the way my Brevin kind of wants to play is I'll like take a turn off, block things out, play a like an aura, like one of the pump auras, and then arsenal an attack, and then block out, swing the attack for like 13, 14, whatever it is. And he just went quicker than what I could set up. So lost that one. I won round 3 playing into buy allocated. I think they were a new player. So took the dub there. And then round 4 was a bit funky. I got paired into buy allocated again. So I ended up going 2-2 on the day, which is cool, I guess. But
oh shit.
All in all, you know, not a bad day.
Love it.
I just had some fun playing some Fab.
And yeah, Blitz kind of has that feeling of like you can lose all day and still kind of have fun. Like it kind of brings us to our next point.
Opinions on Blitz.
Yeah, well, you can kind of share them here when we get into this next topic, but we had 3 heroes LL this weekend.
Which is
Zen,
insane. 3
I
heroes
know.
in one weekend.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
The other 2
Yeah.
were at least close, weren't they, before this?
Kind
Yeah,
of.
well, and it's been kind of a long time coming, I feel like, with Briar and Dash. But the 3 heroes were Zen, Briar, and Dash. So those will be, well, by the time you're hearing this, they'll probably be either illegal or close to it. I think on the 6th, this Friday, is when they will be technically illegal to bring to sanctioned tournaments. Zen LL'd, though, in 2 weeks, boys. He had 60 wins. So I think that was just this last weekend as well.
Yeah,
so
that's a bit ridiculous.
What are your guys' initial thoughts on that?
Holy shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's crazy because I'm also looking at some of the leaderboard too, and it's like some of these heroes that won the most points are like, holy shit, it's crazy.
Yeah, I think Victor's like already halfway there or close to it.
Victor's
He won a bunch too.
385. He gained 305 over the misfail season. Reinar gained 175. Reinar's only like 32 points away from LLing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's weird.
Blaze even got 135 points.
Damn.
So we're going to have a lot more rotating out of Blitz here after the next skirmish season.
My follow-up question. Are any of us really surprised about Zen?
No.
No, we kind of made the joke about how he's like the best hero in all 3 formats last week. But then like all the results come out and he actually is the best hero to, in all 3 formats. The fact that he LL'd in 2 weeks is kind of weird. Like thinking about the bans and when they made the ban announcement with Bonds, like why didn't they just ban that in Blitz as well? They had to have known like he probably is just insane in Blitz. I think
it's
maybe Zach
cares about Blitz.
Well, that might be it. Zach, that was kind of my take, honestly, is like it was more oversight rather than like an intentional, like, oh, we're not going to ban this to try to speed run him. That was kind of Zach's take, I think. But I mean, it's a good question of like, do you think that they intentionally didn't ban Bonds and Blitz just to make it so he would just be, gone that much faster? Or do you think they were just like, oh, it's Blitz, who cares? Like, I don't know. I
think they honestly kind of just forgot about it. Like or they just like. Zach made a really good point. I wish he was on this week to talk about it. But yeah, I think he was saying, in his opinion, like LSS kind of wants to change Blitz as a format slightly. And it's always going to like inherently be a fast format, right? Like you have half the starting life, you have smaller decks, you have all of this. But I don't know if he thinks that they're just trying to like tone it down a little bit or like what kind of tweaks he thinks they're trying to do to it. But I think if you like toned down Blitz, even just slightly, like it could be a legitimate format.
Yeah. Well, like what does that take though? Is that just like you just are heavy on the bans, or my thought was like, what if you just like stop making it a competitive format and you just like, but then again, then it's like heroes wouldn't LL if they're not gaining points.
Well, I think it.
Hold on, boys.
I think it just shows.
While we're talking about Zen and all of this, I want to bring on a special guest that might be able to shed some insight on Zen stuff.
Thanks for joining us, by the way, Sean.
No problem.
We were just talking about Blitz and kind of Zen and really like the LL system in Blitz is kind of wonky where if the hero can do this in 2 weeks, kind of even just like the credibility of it as a competitive format is kind of just maybe not there. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, the problem is, though, if you take away the competitive format or you're playing it at a competitive level, you take away the LL point system for Blitz, and then, you can't really have any way to kind of like mediate what's going on in the format. It's kind of sold to new, as a new player format. But I don't know if it really truly is.
It also just kind of feels like LSS has like given up on Blitz in a way, in the sense that we don't get as many like competitive Blitz events as we used to. Like it's pretty much just limited to like skirmishes and maybe worlds, right? When they do like the gauntlet of like limited Blitz and CC.
Mhm.
I feel like we used to get more like mid-level competitive Blitz events, like slightly higher than a skirmish.
Yeah, there's just not enough events, I
There
think,
was
for the
Battle
Blitz format.
once upon
That's
a
right. There
time.
was Blitz Battle Hardens too.
Yeah, yeah. No, Ty, on top of what you were saying, like, do you think it can be a competitive format? I wish it could if they toned it down, but honestly, I think they should just keep it how it is and just let it just be jank shit. I mean, you kind of need a format that keeps people interested with just like janky stuff.
Yeah, I guess what I meant was like when you go to an event, if it's a competitive level event, there's usually like LL points attached to those events. So like, what if just Blitz was only played at the Armory level, or like maybe we switch skirmishes to just CC or LL or limited somehow.
I like Blitz though.
Well, again, maybe. Yeah, no, I hear you.
Competitive Blitz is kind of fun, but at the same time, I don't see like why it shouldn't be rotated out and have a format, in the game.
Yeah. Having Zen last 2 weeks is just so unhealthy for the game, though. There was literally someone in the Discord today talking about, hi, how do I build a budget Zen deck? Anyone have any tips? And it's like, oh man, poor guy. Like, it's
that's the neat
wild.
part. You don't.
Mm-hmm. Anyways, why don't we shut up, Sean? Do you have any thoughts? Did you have any thoughts on the Zen and Blitz?
So I'm looking at this. My first thought is Blitz now just like a mini living legend subclass now?
Kind of.
I mean, you do powerful shit, and you just explode your opponent, so it's kind of a good comparison.
Yeah, it's just a mini living legend at this point.
Dylan,
yeah, he did the Starvo run.
Like, especially with the ban list being so different too. Like they just didn't ban bonds.
No.
Yeah. It's weird to think too. I'm gonna circle back to this fucking signature weapon thing. Like, you can't play Teklo pistol in Blitz now.
Yep.
Or
yeah.
It's just very weird to me how they kind of did that as an afterthought and then like just stuck with it. It still doesn't make any sense to me. Why a hero leaving means that a weapon does too. A lot of times they didn't even use that weapon.
Well,
for Atkins
it
Ether
makes
Vein.
sense. It's probably like proprietary technology or whatever, and like they weren't sharing it with anyone. And
yeah, could be.
Whoever does copyright and metrics is that's the mech place, right? Metrics.
Yes, metrics. Yep.
Yeah, whoever does like copyright or like patent law there, they got a good guy. So
there's probably all the patents are probably owned by Teklo. He's taken over, dude. Didn't you hear?
Oh, true. It is like literally called the Teklo plasma pistol too. So
he is fucking metrics, dude. He's gonna become metrics.
Is he just Bruce Wayne?
He's gonna become the AI overlord, dude.
Think about it. He pays people to work for him, who then pay him money to work for him.
He is, I guess in a way, Teklo is Bruce Wayne.
He's Bruce Wayne in a way.
I mean, he does have a suit. He does suit up. I don't know if he's fighting crime.
He's like the weird love child of Batman and Iron Man.
Yeah.
I'm Teklo Vason.
Yeah, kind of a crazy Blitz weekend. After this next weekend, the last weekend of skirmish, everyone's going to be putting their Blitz decks away and be prepping for CC. So this will be kind of old news real quick. But Yeah, I think something needs to be done with the Blitz format. Just kind of on a closing note. I don't really know what it is, but this ain't it.
Well,
People enjoy Blitz. It gets a lot of flack. I personally really enjoy Blitz. It's a nice change of pace from CC.
Specifically Shyana. That's the only
Well, yeah, I
reason.
mean, I have, but it's very true. You get to just do like the most insane shit that you just can't do outside of that deck.
The most appeal, like I've been a very staunch,
Hater.
I guess hater, yeah, of
Yes,
Blitz.
yes.
And I think like in my opinion, like the best thing that Blitz has going for it is the fact that you can do so many just like wonky things with it that you like couldn't necessarily do in CC and like see success doing it.
hmm Yeah, I mean,
And
I
the
would
fact
agree with
there's
that.
just like heroes that just aren't available in the format or in CC that are in Blitz.
I mean, that's
Where's my
only a
merchant?
select handful, but like think
And
about the ones that are actually good and the ones that actually aren't. Like what I don't think any of the actual Blitz heroes that are only in Blitz could actually make it in CC.
oh, hey.
Merchants
You haven't
have
seen what
power,
Guinness
bro.
can do.
Why you gotta make fun of them, Josh?
The only one that I think that can is Valda, to be honest.
Well, if you guys remember, Zen was supposed to be Venji, and they switched him to Zen because they couldn't figure out Spring Tidings. So, I mean, they try. They brought KO up. They just changed his ability, but Valda will be
Dice rolling
a
KO as an adult.
yeah.
Not me.
In CC, that'd be kind of nuts.
Let me gamble.
Just give him more dice rolling cards that let you like manipulate the dice. It'd be dope.
Just make
Yeah,
that a
that
class.
might be
for-
overpowered though.
Just make that a
Well,
class.
Not really. To
it's
be able
random.
to like be consistent, you have to like kind of live and die by the dice, dude.
It's only
Yeah,
overpowered if you're bringing weighted dice.
yeah, you know how to roll them right.
Yeah, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. Is that what you're trying to put here, Bailey?
So technically, if I
no.
shake my hand at this speed and drop the dice on the playmat, it will get about 4 rotations over, and it should drop.
Dude,
on a
no,
set.
there's actually
If you take
skill
into
to
account
rolling
the spin
dice.
of the Earth at this precise moment in the outside wind direction.
Terminal velocity, is that what you're getting at?
Yeah. If I release it here, it'll get exactly 5 tumbles on the table.
Roll a 6 every time.
I enjoy
enter like a-
my KO Blitz, but
You enter like a Yu-Gi-Oh
Blitz
cutscene when you roll your dice and have to narrate out loud everything that's happening.
Activate pot agreed to draw 3 cards.
when is the next skirmish season for like a Blitz?
It'll be,
session?
after Worlds, after the
Isn't it?
ProQuest season, it'll be after the little downtime we probably have. So, another 4 or 5 months or whatever. There's usually one every year or two, it's about 2, I think. But,
Yeah.
but yeah, I mean, again, this is kind of the first time this has ever really happened in Blitz, though, like with the dominance of a deck like this.
Yeah.
Reinhardt's been like really good, but just he hasn't really attained enough points I would say he's one of the more dominant decks in Blitz. He can be very oppressive and just kind of cheese you. He's one of those decks that can do that. But yeah, we've never seen anything like this with the Zen thing. It is not good. I don't think it's good for the game to have a hero that's brand new in the premier set, the most current set, and you just can't even touch him in Blitz now. You pull a Marvel Blitz Zen, and you have a sad day.
Yeah, oh my god.
Traded
What
time.
did the value of that like tank?
Dude, adult Marvel
Overnight.
Zen is at 80.
No way.
Crazy.
Yeah.
What is the Blitz Zen at?
Blitz is probably at like
That
20.
shit up.
I'll pull it up.
36 bucks.
And it's pretty cheap. That's going to keep going down too.
Adult Marvel Zen
but-
is 87.
So
I
hey, if
know-
you ever wanted a cheap Marvel
Do it.
hero just to have one,
Do it now.
go pick up your Zens now.
Bravo's less. Starvo's at like $30. Maybe.
No, you should have sold yours, man, when you had the chance.
Yep.
Yeah, that card was
$300.
actually really expensive back in the day.
Yeah, like 300,
I
400
still
bucks.
remember. I feel like we've talked about this once or twice on the pod, but I still remember how crazy it was seeing that card for the first time. Just because, like, that was they weren't even like marbles at that point. It was just like, oh shit, we have like a full art cold foil hero.
Yeah, he was the first one actually.
Yeah.
He was the very first Marvel hero. But
Well, Yorick.
uh,
I guess
well,
Yorick
I
came
know,
out
but
then too.
in a pack, you know, a
Yeah.
pack that you could.
Rip.
Did
Yeah,
we
that
even,
wasn't
I thought we
like
got Yorick after Starvo, anyways, or
I
maybe
think
it was.
I
the
thought
same
so,
time. I
too.
thought it was Everfest.
It was PT1, I remember. So whenever that was.
no, because Yorick came with the Emperor in
No, that's Yoji.
was M.
No, Yorick was PT1 promo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm confusing my Y name heroes.
But to close out this Zen talk with this skirmish stuff, did you guys see Gottlieb's tweet?
No.
Basically, to sum it up, he said that, you know, he hears the community and Zen will not overshadow Rosetta. So that just kind of tells me that there will be some more changes coming.
What's that mean, Mr. Gottlieb?
Well, we can kind of speculate on it for a few minutes here and then kind of close out and maybe talk some limited after that. But it kind of made me think, like, do they have the balls to make an errata? Would be kind of nuts if they like errated his ability. It's pretty clear, like, the power in the hero is that ability. It's really crazy that it fell through the cracks on how good he would be and that they like even released it that way. But Zach made a good point when we were talking about it, how they really can't errata him because of how, like, all the printing of the Marvels, you know?
Mm-hmm.
You have a Marvel Zen, and it's like, man, that really...
errata Marvel Zen goes up in price at that point?
I mean, I don't know. You probably...
They're
probably not going to errata him, but...
because, like, they have I guess, like, a program, essentially, where, like, if you open something of, like, a high enough rarity, like Cold Foil Fable or, like, a Marvel or something, and there's, like, defects, you can send it into them and they'll replace it. So do you think if they errated Zen, they would offer something like that?
No,
I remember, like, essentially these cards have no value to LSS other than, like,
that's true.
what it costs to print them.
Logistically, that kind of feels like a nightmare, though.
Oh, absolutely.
Especially with, like, the fact that he's just going to be gone. Even if the bans, you know, are enough, like, people will still try to play him. He's going to still probably be pretty powerful. Some of the cards on the...
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, some of the cards on the chopping block, if, you know, he doesn't get the errata, I don't really think he will, but cards like Ancestral, obviously, right? The boots, I mean, I feel like, do you ban Traverse? Like,
You can't.
Because, like, all of this just hurts Katsu even more. Like, we're just kicking him while he's down.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. Maybe you have some insight here, Sean. You're kind of our resident Zen guy. Like, how do you, like, functionally errata Zen to make him more fair?
That's a really hard one. Like, the way that I play him is Tigers, so it's definitely the worst version of him. I'll admit
Well, not
that.
anymore. It's the only version.
I don't have bonds in my deck still.
You can still run bonds.
But
Yeah, people are still running the bonds thing and doing the red bonds.
I don't have bonds in my deck at all.
Yeah,
And
Sean was for those of you that don't know, Sean was the pioneer of the Tiger Zen lists.
I mean, I played against Tyler just later today.
He was on it before it was cool.
Yeah, I don't recall that game. Sorry, I don't remember. I don't remember what happened
39-0.
there. Actually, I think you gained life somehow.
Yeah,
You were at 40.
40-0.
You were at 39, and then somehow you gained. Oh, it was your stupid
Homage of Ancestors.
Yeah, you went back up to 40 and 40.
Absolute mad lad is just running sigils in his Zen.
No, it was funny.
Sigils and Acilio, though. All the days.
But no, so speaking of erratas, I was browsing the Flesh and Blood subreddit earlier today, and I saw someone bring up a Zenny. So I just want to mention this. It was by a user named Rock Dive, and he was talking about the Zenny. So we all know the actual like text on Zen's card, right? It's the once per turn instant, 3 chi, create a crouching tiger in your hand, search your deck for a card with combo, banish it, shuffle, you may play it this turn. And his idea for, or their idea for an errata would be, so essentially the top part of the card stays the same. You still get the once per turn instant for 3 chi, create a crouching tiger in your hand, and then after that, it reads, if you've transcended this turn, search your deck for a card with combo, banish it, then shuffle, you may play it this turn. So does adding the requirement of like having to have transcended, because it takes away some of the power of traverse. Like, it's still good in the sense that you block with it and essentially get 3 resources, right?
Yeah. You just wouldn't be able to like cheese your opponent after that and like use the chi to, it's like a free activation.
Your Art of War turns are still very strong, right? Even without searching, because you still get the tiger to banish.
It's amazing.
But you just get a little bit less of that power in the fact that, you don't have that consistent access to like a 6-card hand, or you don't.
That's interesting. I don't know if that's like enough though. Just off the top of my head, that doesn't feel like it would be enough. Like, he would still just run rampant and people would.
He has to also then find ways to set up on his turns. You gotta think of that.
Yeah, he'd just like have more blocking turns, and he set up the transcend to play it on his turn, right? Like, so I don't know. It would change the deck a little bit, maybe, and bring the power down. Like, it for sure would have an effect. The answer is like, or the question is how much. And again, like with the errata and all these marvels already floating out there, plus erratas are just really gross for like new players. When they like open a card, they see the card, they're like, oh, this,
what it does.
Someone has to tell them, oh wait, that card doesn't actually like read that way, which is just really weird to tell a new player, in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah, I suppose that was kind of an issue with Briar too, where it's like, no, actually, she doesn't get an embodiment of Earth like 7 times a turn.
Yeah. Yeah, erratas are never good. I'd rather take a ban. I hate bans already, but I'd rather take a ban any day over errata.
A specific ban to Zen. Errata would just be too harsh. Like, maybe you have they ever done a limitation to like a specific hero, other than like limitations on the card, I should say. But like, what if you limited the Bonds combo only to Katsu instead of Zen?
That's actually like a really good point. Like, I don't think they've ever done it, and I think a lot of players have said that
like a restriction.
The restriction would be only to Katsu.
Zen cannot run.
Yeah.
Bonds.
It's only banned in Zen, but then you take away the reds as well in Zen. Then that brings Katsu actually back to the to the table, because
this combo line.
Well, it sucks because Katsu, all the Katsu players that love Katsu and stay on Katsu, Dylan, like, you can't actually play him to the fullest potential now because of Zen. It's really not even anything Katsu did. So that would actually fix that problem as well, Josh. If you only made it like a ban for Zen, he doesn't even get to run the red ones anymore.
Nope.
Maybe that fixes his crazy turns.
Make him specifically Crouching Tiger.
And you like make it good for the Zen players. You still make it where, like, look, dude, you get to go do your thing still and do your pop-off turn. You just have to figure out a different way and build your deck maybe more like Sean with the Tigers and stuff, Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's actually I think that's a great idea. Yeah.
I think that's what you could have to do.
Like that.
I mean, if there's ever a time for it, it's now. I mean, we're seeing a hero decimate the meta as Starvo did. And it's
all three metas.
It's flashbacks, dude. It sucks. And I mean, they already hit Starvo in Living Legend. They already made bans to him.
I don't even think we talked about it, but Zen was the most winning hero in that first weekend of LL.
Yeah. So
I think this weekend was Prism. Prism overtook him by 1 game or 1 win. But but Zen was still right there at the top. So, I mean, it's kind of, again, it's wild that they like let him out of the.
They let the tiger out of the cage.
They let him out of the design room like that. Like, why are you doing this to us? And it's funny that like a lot of players didn't really see it at first. Like we said, like we didn't really think he would be that good, which is also like. Well, there was a few handful that were saying, you know, he's going to be cracked, but I think the majority of the community was not really scared of him prior to the release date and people breaking the deck, you know. But
yeah. No, I mean, I just feel like, I mean, bring out a new restriction for him in that sort of way, because that you can't hurt Katsu is just what my 2 cents on it is.
I mean, you can, and LSS has proven that they will.
True.
Shoot one ninja, shoot all ninjas.
All right, boys. Let's get into some of this Rosetta talk. We got pre-releases coming up next week. All of the rares, I think, in commons are revealed, right?
Yep.
Yes. As well as these, we have the rares, the commons, the blitz decks.
Yep. And this weekend, actually, we'll get, I think, the whole set. Like, all the legendaries and the M's and stuff will be revealed. A lot of players will be able to open this stuff for the first time.
If, like, just nobody opens one of the, like, legendaries or something.
Would that just be, like, a mass, like, I don't know, distribution issue or something?
LSS just has to go into damage control at that point.
Where's all of our M's? But I did want to talk somewhat about these weapons. We didn't get a chance to talk about Rotwood Reaper, or I think there was another one. The staff, maybe.
Yeah, Verdance's.
Yeah, the Verdance staff. But a lot of times, like in Limited, in Draft and Sealed, the power or like the consistency of a hero lies in their weapon. I feel like a lot of times with Guardians, they're very strong and limited because of their hammers. They're always like getting good rates out of their weapons. And this Florian sword looks pretty good.
Yeah.
The Rotwood Reaper is a once per turn action for 2 resources. It only attacks for 2, but it says if you've played or created an aura this turn, this gets +2. So it's a 2 for 4.
It's like a fixed Rosetta Thorn.
Yeah, a little bit with the extra resource, and then still hitting for 4. It is all physical damage.
Think about how easy this is to do. I mean, we've seen hammers run some metas even in Limited, especially in Toa. We've seen these elemental weapons just be absolutely cracked. Well, I shouldn't say elemental because Rosetta wasn't elemental, but embodiments, it wasn't an elemental weapon because
it wasn't. It was like the only one that wasn't for some reason.
Yep. But no, embodiment of Earth is an aura, rune chant's an aura, the auras that you play that are action auras, to gain rune chants over turns, like turning this on is insanely easy. So it's essentially a 2 for 4 almost every turn.
Yeah, that's a good point with the embodiments. Like, just everything he does is kind of like just turning this sword on. And Starfall's pretty good too. Seems like that's a pretty good weapon, just like a 2 for 1 with Go Again.
Yeah, it is. I
of the 2 though, I feel like I'd want to probably lie on the Rotwood if I had a choice. Like, seems just like a better weapon than all the other ones. This staff is very weird. I don't know how to feel about this staff.
Bailey, you want to rip the staff?
Yeah, would one of you guys have this one up?
Yeah. I should have it up here.
Pull that shit up, Bailey.
I gotta scroll up. Yeah, so Verdance has the Staff of Verdant Shoots. Once per turn action, 3 resources, amp 1, go again. When 1 or more Earth cards are pitched this way, the next time you deal arcane damage this turn, create an embodiment of Earth token. So I actually think it's very balanced.
I think
unfortunately because it's so balanced, it's not going to be as outstanding and limited.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you can like get embodiments before making this one, you also have to deal the damage. I guess there's like not much or any arcane barrier in this format,
they're, like,
right?
full of prevention effects, but
Yeah, all
I
sorts of
think
ways
in
to prevent
limited,
arcane.
you're going to be getting
The
through a lot more.
the times that I think this is strong is when it hits like, a relevant spell that can get over their prevention effects. And if you already have like an embodiment floating around and you could stack them up to 2. I mean, we've seen how strong fucking 2 embodiments are. It just makes your 1 card block 5s. And I mean, that was why Briar was so broken at first when you start stacking up those embodiments.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know. Well, now we have like conditional 1 card block 5s out the ass. So
it's true. There's a lot of blue block 5s they're creating that like have these conditional ways to turn them on. Yeah, I play a couple of them actually in the Tekla deck.
Gotta remember, all these meld cards too, most of the time, are actions. And they block 3, so any of the meld cards that you're playing become block 5s if you have embodiment of Earth.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah, just seeing all these cards, man, it really gets me all juiced up. I cannot wait to get my hands on some new stuff and just like trying to figure out this new meta, these new heroes.
I'm not going to play any of the Rosetta heroes.
Yeah, I was, but that was kind of before before MST was really established.
You gotta remember, Ty's evaluation of some things is not there.
Or
no, dude, it's not good. I think this staff is kind of booty cheeks.
Actually, I don't think he has played any of the Mysteria heroes.
Nobody said he wouldn't play any mechanologist heroes. No, he's playing Tekla awesome.
No. I called Ty playing Tekla 100%.
Tekla is a fucking Azorius control deck in Magic. That's what that deck is. And if you just get underneath it before I do my thing, you win. And if I do my thing and I prolong the game, I win.
Yet he hates control in Magic.
It's so weird. In Fab, I've learned that I just like to block. I play more defensive decks, I think, sometimes. Outside of some of the aggro decks I've played, like Azalea, she hates blocking. I mean, you know that, Bailey. But Azalea, I feel like blocking? What's that? Oh yeah, she hates it. What do you mean? Fuck. It seems like though there's so many fucking 3-for-7s in this card pool I'm looking at. Autumn's Touch got a reprint. A lot of these Earth cards are 3-for-7s, 3-for-6s with extra effects.
This might be like the easiest set for LSS to make ever. They just reprinted like half of Tails.
Yeah, it looks
what's weird too is I'm just scrolling kind of at a faster pace, just glimpsing at all of the block values, and there's so many 2s and 0s. Like a lot of these cards are blocking for 2 and 0.
Yeah, but also the defense reactions are pretty nuts.
Yeah, but there's not many of them, right? There's only, the Earth one's really good, right? That Earth really reaction is pretty sweet.
And that'll be a house in limited, I would say. I think that card's going to get picked if you see it, like in draft or even in sealed. Like in draft, that's almost like a second pick if you're playing Florian or Verdance.
Yeah. Well, yeah, yeah. I think this is a Florian card for sure. I guess Verdance too, though. They both play this, right?
Yeah.
You're trying to decompose. It's weird though. Like,
can you hold that thought? You boys can keep going. I just gotta run to the bathroom quick.
Fair enough.
Oh, cool. But yeah, with all these non-blocking cards and 2 blocks, it makes me feel like these 3-for-7s are going to be very sought after and just very strong cards to be finishing your turn with. If you can do anything before it and then hit for 7, that's just kind of a good turn, I think, in this format.
Yeah. We've seen the power in heavy
Florian
hitters.
Yeah. Well, so it's similar in that there's a lot of high numbers, and then there's just Again, we keep saying it, or I keep saying it, the 3-for-7 thing. There's just so many of them in this format, kind of like heavy hitters was. The thing with heavy hitters, though, is if you just draft enough 3 blocks, you're just playing that block with 2 cards, attack for 7 game that everyone knows and loves.
Mm-hmm.
And this format seems like it'll have a little bit of that, but just a lot less blocking. So it'll be interesting to see how that balances out. I think Florian, though, of the 4 is going to be where you want to be. If you can make embodiments, and maybe that's the way that you're making up for all the non-blockings, or you turn your 2 blocks into 3s.
Okay, embodiments only work on action cards, though. It doesn't work on any of the instants that have no. Oh, I guess.
Of course.
Frey.
Of course. I just mean there's like not a lot of 3 blocks, right? I mean, so maybe the embodiments kind of make up for that. So it's a little bit. It just on the surface it looks like not a very defensive set, but if you're making enough embodiments, maybe that just kind of makes up for it.
Yeah. No, I agree with
I've
you.
never ever played a Runeblade, but
Florian looks pretty tempting.
Yeah, it might be kind of looking at this Florian guy.
Florian does look pretty fun.
Acilio's definitely there. I definitely want to try him out. But yeah, something about Florian.
A stone rock god.
I feel like Florian's going to be like a very defensive deck. Wanting to play a long game.
100%. I mean, you're running your sigils. You're running these new ones that where you decompose, banish 2 cards.
Yep. It'll be a blocking deck. I guess I like blocking decks. Yeah, so we'll see.
I think you're gonna like this one, Ty. I think the interactions are up your alley.
I still have no idea what Acilio is doing in limited or CC yet,
or even CC.
I'll find a way to use them, Ty. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Oh, Acilio is gonna be played and gonna be. People will definitely try to a lightning wizard. Come on, like, are you kidding?
Yeah.
I feel like there's definitely a deck out there that you could play that's more of a Runeblade type of deck where you're doing your lightning go again 0 for 4s and stuff like that while also throwing arcane. So like right off the bat, there's a deck there.
Do you
but
think,
then there's.
Do you think Art of War is played in Aurora?
In Aurora?
Yeah.
Oh, probably.
Oh, yeah, I mean, maybe. All the go wide. It depends on how wide she goes, right?
I'm pretty sure she can go pretty wide.
I think you can get a 5 chain link.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
All you need is 1 lightning card, and you already got go again on your first thing.
You also have Maverick Skies.
That as well.
It is true. When you have like a lot of go again, AOW is really good.
Generically good Runeblade card.
So I mean,
guess maybe not as good in like Vin's set, but
I don't know. I think Aurora is going to be pretty busted on the go again. I think Florian's going to be the defensive Runeblade. And Aurora's, I mean, obviously Lightning just goes burr, but her being able to create the embodiments of Lightning pretty easily, or it's kind of
feels like she's going to be like the Phi deck in Uprising Limited, where you just like draft all the good reds and just fucking
go burr.
Go as ham as you can. No blocks, no blocks, no blocks.
All right, now I'm going to pump 14 damage at you in Limited.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. With Verdance's staff and some of the new cards that were revealed, what are your guys' thoughts on that?
So the life gain thing is kind of like, it's yet to be seen if that's like as good as like some of these cards. It says gain 1 or whatever, but over a course of the game, if you're gaining like 10 life off of these random effects, I mean, you guys have heard me say how good Sigil is. Like, I fucking love Sigil of Solace. That's one of my favorite cards in this game. I put it back in Teklo, and I'm just like, why did I ever take this card out? I'm serious. It's just so good.
It's saved.
Well, yeah, in our rematch, it like absolutely was the reason I was still in that game. I think I played all 3 of them, and I was at 4 life at the end of the game after I transformed or something. So,
Yep.
Yeah, it's gaining life. It's just we haven't seen much of it, so I think it's just kind of yet to be seen. Like if it's going to be as impactful as some people think. It might be really strong though. Verdansk kind of scares me. Kind of like that initial Enigma scare that we all had, where we're like, "Oh shit, another illusionist that like soaks everything." Like, what if Verdansk also plays defensive, gains a bunch of life, kind of slowly pings you down?
Game one.
Could be a frustrating deck to play against in CC. I don't know about limited though. Seems kind of weak and limited, but that's just my initial take.
I don't know. I don't know if she'll be like overwhelmingly good and limited, but man, I'd be lying if I said I'm not excited to get my hands on her in constructed. Like
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know.
The game life.
She's so Icelander.
Sorry, go ahead, Bailey.
And it's amazing. Like, you get that cool mix of like wizards throwing physical attacks, and like she throws this like life gain aspect into the mix, whereas like Icelander was like frostbites. But I don't know. Her play pattern seems so similar to Icelander's.
She also just gets to randomly play Stormstriders. Like,
yeah, I'm really, really excited. I mean, we have to be getting like wizard boots, right? It's
like these different ones, maybe.
Maybe Ausilio still wants to use Striders, but like I don't think Verdansk wants to use Striders.
Right.
We got to get a legendary wizard hat is what we need to get.
Yeah. That's what I was gonna say. The hat is like the one thing I think the wizards need, like a sweet top hat that looks like the Sorting Hat in Harry Potter or something.
I just want a bowler cap.
Some crazy magic hat.
Just a bowler cap. You reach in. Pull out a spell.
No.
I will say.
Though. Oh, geez, we got a lot of will says tonight, boys. This is what happens when you record remotely. Go ahead, Josh.
I am very excited for the limited wizards. Just capping off of like the Verdansk talk. I mean, Ausilio looks super fun. Some of these new wizard cards that are like the commons and rares, the surge powers on them, quite good. Like the one where you just get to gain the overflow, the Aether Well, 0 cost. 3 arcane surge if this deals more than 3 damage, gain 2 resource.
That's gonna push Kano over the edge.
Like it's just extra resource.
Like that's just such
you get a potion on a hit.
It's so good.
Yeah, that card's pretty insane when I read it. The blue one specifically too. Like I thought the red one was good, but then it's like, oh, it has to deal more than 3, right? So like I think the blue one is going to be like specifically better.
All you have to do is deal 1.
Does Kano just become the? Yeah. Does Kano just become the best deck now? Like, is he just best hero? It's kind of scary.
It might be.
I mean,
unless they just ban Wildfire finally and they just like get it over with. Like I feel like that could easily happen with this set. They just want to like reset kind of.
True.
A Kano-less format would be interesting. You don't see them often around here, but
you could still play Kano. You just wouldn't be able to do the either Wildfire thing. You know, you just ban Wildfire and make it so he can't fucking explode you for 30+ on your turn. You know,
sure.
Like even over protection, like that's crazy. You guys have all seen it, where like you can have the Oasis, you can have all the blues, it just still doesn't matter. But I'm kind of scared if they don't make any changes to that, like Kano or anything. Like he might just run rampant, like Zen is doing. It just takes a bold player to pick that deck up, I think. So he's kind of intimidating.
True.
Mm-hmm.
True. We did get another. Did you guys see the Majestic meld card that was released?
No.
It's like part of the It's in the
Oh, is it
same.
part of the kit?
No. I mean, I don't know. It's in February. And it's at the bottom with the expansion slot cards. It's
Regrowth and shock.
it's an Earth Runeblade action in a lightning instant. So technically, you can only
I don't
run
know
this
if
in Briar.
That is interesting. Is this the first time that they're... Oh, okay. I didn't even see this card. But do you want to read it, Josh? Or...
Yeah. So it's another meld card. It's a blue pitch, 0 cost, 3 block, and it has Earth Runeblade action and a lightning instant. The Earth Runeblade side says return attack action card with cost less than X from your graveyard to your hand, where X is the total arcane damage you've dealt to opposing heroes this turn. Go again. And then the lightning instant side is the shock, where it deals 1 arcane damage to any target.
This is like kind of an insane card. Because it just says the amount of damage you dealt this turn. So like if they do soak up this 1 damage, if you had dealt damage before you play this card, then it sees that. But this basically is just like a zero cost blue that pings and also draws you a card. Your best card in your graveyard.
Yeah.
Because all you're playing is 1 and 0 costs in Briar. So also blocks for 3. Okay.
Yep.
What the hell?
I mean, I don't know why this card is here. Briar's been LL'd. I mean, I don't.
The amount of times too that like
it's an LL card. They're printing cards for LL.
Well, true.
That's actually a good point. Like this is the first card that we've seen that is specifically played in one format outside of CC and Blitz, which is just.
Well, I guess yeah, you're right. You're right. Never mind. Dromai is not LL and.
Well, I don't think that happened intentionally. They printed that card was hitting the shelves like before they knew Dromai was gonna LL.
Yeah, I don't think they.
But maybe
Dromai was gonna do that.
Maybe they knew she was close and they were like, we gotta give her this last ash, you know. But this is cool. This is just LSS saying, you know, hey, LL, we see you. We see you, bro.
I mean, we've gotten some Shyana ones. So, like...
Yeah.
Very true.
We've seen Blitz. We can see...
How did I miss this card?
I don't know.
Maybe I saw it, I just didn't see the Earth Lightning. Because you're right, you can't run this card if you're just an Earth hero.
Yeah.
Or just a Lightning hero.
Yep.
Pretty cool. Pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, it is in the expansion slot too, so like it's not
like playable in that. I just wanted to make a note on that, which is very interesting.
Did you guys see the little grayed out article on the Fab Articles page?
You bet your ass I did. Thanks to Zach.
I did not. Oh,
ooh,
lay it on me, brothers.
It's interesting.
So it's going to be an article or something. We don't really. I mean, I'm guessing it's going to be an article, or an announcement maybe. But it's going to be from James White. It's happening tomorrow. We're recording Monday night, and it just says rewriting the book.
Oh, so I did see that.
We can kind of speculate away on that.
That'd be cool to get another lore book.
What are your thoughts? Is that what you think, Sean? You think it's going to be a lore book?
Please let it be a lore book. Oh, I hope to God it is.
I'm telling you, it has to be. Like, rewriting the book, what else would that be referencing?
All the rules, Bailey. He's going to redo the whole system.
No. If it's not a lore book, my thought was like, he's going to come out and make a statement about Zen and like how maybe they're just going to like rewriting the book in that they're going to have like an internal reset in their kind of maybe testing department, or just kind of like moving forward, they're going to do a better job at whatever their design. Because like we can't have this happen often.
That's kind of my speculation.
Zen taking over.
Yeah, I think they're just like analyzing what they have created and like how they didn't really play test Zen to the full extent that he could have been with the
They've
Gust
always been
Wave and
very
Fawn's combo.
honest. They've always been very honest and transparent with their criticism of themselves. So it could be something like that if it's not a lore book. But I do kind of think it's they're gonna reprint the lore book.
It's got to be related to the 5th anniversary, right?
Ooh, maybe they have them available like at Worlds. Oh, that would suck. That would just like make them expensive though.
Tough. We need
At
to
least
get
they won't be
hands on
800.
Yeah, that's true. Like 100.
Oh, I could do 100. I'd drop 100 on a big thick lore book easy.
Oh yeah.
I suck at reading, so no.
Sean, if it's something that you like, you will read it.
Yeah, but I suck at reading. So
okay, well,
I'm already screwed.
You
Unless
read,
it's a picture book, then I'm down.
What is Flesh and Blood? What are you doing when you're playing? Math, and what are you doing on the card? Reading.
Math.
He doesn't read his cards. He just looks at the numbers and plays them.
Looks at the art and goes, "Ooh, that's cool art. I'm gonna throw it."
Hey, I don't know about you, but I'm looking through the art on February right now. What's this little creature running around on the cards? Just like the Mischievous Meeps looking thing. Any of them. If you look at Strong Yield, there's 2 little creatures that are like Mischievous Meeps, but they're not. They're a completely different race. Because they also show up in Fruits of the Forest, stealing. So,
are we getting Meeps as a playable class?
I hate that. I would hate that so bad.
Tanner would love that.
Tanner would love that.
Absolutely would.
If we get that as class and I can't get a gunslinger, oh, I'm so mad.
There are gunslingers. Just go play mechs.
Dude, I want to play an artificer. Play an artificer.
That's what mechs are.
Wrench is not a gun.
Yeah. Bailey, you seen
that still might be my favorite fucking statement from LSS.
Wrench is not a gun.
Remember, a wrench is not a gun.
But does it count as a dodgeball?
Yes.
Oh shit, true.
Think about it. If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a bullet.
We've been dodging them ball lightnings since the ban, so.
Yeah.
Did you guys read the lore? We got another lore piece. I think maybe our final one.
I did not.
They might actually drop another one.
I did not.
It was a quick little one. Basically, Aurora is traveling to the vault where Osilio's in, and it's really hard to get inside. She, calls down some lightning, helps her out, whatever, fights some golems, and then inside the cave or vault or whatever you want to call it, it's kind of like Indiana Jones where there's all these booby traps and shit. She has to get to the end, and she finds Osilio there. And again, they do a good job at describing how big he is. Apparently, he's just fucking massive. He's just like this huge, towering, mechanism. Yeah, he's just. I think it's very cool.
Giant.
It's very cool for them to make a hero that's playable. That's kind of like that. But essentially, he recruits Aurora on his little team scavenger hunt. He's trying to find capable heroes to help him on his journey to figure out what's going on with the flow. So Bailey, you've said it. We're definitely getting mad Avengers vibes going on. Osilio and Aurora are going to be traveling around recruiting fighters to a cause that we don't really know yet. But we do know it has something to do with the grand scheme of things in the story. So cool little tidbit they gave us. I think it's awesome they're releasing the lore before the set. Like I said last week, it gives us something really to look forward to in terms of the heroes and finding things and similarities. So, pretty cool.
I'm excited that they're upping the lore, even though I haven't read this other one. I'm excited, and I hope they do print a massive lore book that is all of the sets to date.
Yeah, Yeah.
With everything.
I will say I got I don't know if you guys are Power Ranger fans, but I got mad like Zordon vibes from Auxilio. Like I pictured when I was reading like,
Mighty Morphing Time.
oh dude, for real. When I was reading his lines in the story, I kind of like read them and just like pictured Zordon like talking to the Rangers, or he's like talking to Aurora. I don't know. It's just kind of a funny thing that I realized just now.
So do you guys think?
Did you guys?
Well, I wanted to ask a question here. Do you guys think that there's going to be a demi-hero in this set, or is everybody from Aria good?
I mean, I don't know. That's
what would you do?
Because the only demi-heroes are bad guys. You know.
Oh, that's like, interesting. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
Chaotic
so the only person that like comes to mind would be Florian, but
I was just gonna say, it sounds like the only bad guy of the set is Florian,
because everybody else is trying to help in the war.
Listen, just because he's a bad guy does not mean he's bad guy. Bad guy.
No, I don't think it makes sense to do a demi-hero here. I think if you're gonna do one, you do one in Monarch 3 where you like have like Dory. No, like I was gonna say like Dory transforms into like a shadow warrior or something. She like goes to the dark side. The shadow takes her over.
Shut
some
your
shit.
mouth right now.
Oh,
she's
whatever.
A golden girl.
You don't even play Dory anymore.
She's a golden girl.
You don't even play Dory.
You say you keep my wife's name out of your mouth.
Out your motherfucking mouth.
Jeez.
Did you did you guys have anything else in terms of topics? Because if not, we can probably get on to our questions here.
No, nothing else from me.
All right, cool.
Nothing to add right now.
Well, Zach asks, if you were a playable hero, what class would you be? And then he says Nathan would be an adjudicator for sure. I second that.
Yeah, Nathan would be it.
Agree.
He's judgy ass.
Yep.
It's weird because I would probably pick
GCR for the entire region of Rathe.
I thought you were gonna do it. But whenever I play like video games or RPGs, like when I played World of Warcraft, I played Wizard a lot. So like my pick would probably be Wizard, even though I've never played Wizard outside of Icelander. I just love blowing shit up with magic. It's always been kind of my shtick. I see that you said merchant, Bailey, but that can't be your answer, right?
No, Bailey is 100% a merchant. Dude, with his beard? Are you kidding me? Just picture Bailey sitting there with a giant sack on his back with a beard like Guinness.
Hello, my friend. What would you like to buy today? About to rip you off is what happened.
I think Bailey could definitely be a merchant.
You think I'd be an unfair merchant?
Yeah,
I don't think he'd be
saying
unfair.
That right now.
He's not Guinness. He's Cav Days.
I don't know. It's hard for me to say. I would. I always like kind of playing like aggro decks and like some mid range, like Dory's mid range. I liked playing Fi. I like playing Zen.
You'd be Dory. You'd be Dory in real life.
Dory. You a warrior? Let's be honest here, Josh.
Yeah, probably. Warrior sounds fun, and I was a Kasai player, so I don't know. I do like choosing warrior whenever I play RPGs and stuff. So yeah, I'd have to go warrior for me. Sean, how about you?
Ranger. Ranger. Shit. 100%.
Okay, if we're talking like what we play in RPGs and stuff, I'm not a merchant.
Billy's a guardian. Billy's a guardian. Be a monk.
I hate playing tank in RPGs. I hate it. It's just not my style. I like DPS kind of characters. Get in, hit them hard, and get the fuck out. We don't really have a class like this in Fab, so I guess essentially I'd be a ninja, but I think, I'd be a good monk.
You already got the bald going for you.
Yeah. I could definitely see that.
Right. All right.
The next question actually comes from Sean here. Sean, do you wanna ask us your question?
So I had a question for y'all saying, what is your favorite animal?
I like these off the topic questions just because it gets
the conversation
going. Oh, it's good. It's good.
I like that when all you guys talked about.
It's a good generic question.
Just being super fat.
Yeah, that was funny.
Cliff hiding ice cream cake for some reason.
It's the worst. Animal? Ice cream cake is legitimately the worst.
No, it's so good.
Out of here.
I can't have chocolate like the rest of you, but I still love a vanilla ice cream cake.
Imagine being allergic to chocolate.
Dude,
what a weirdo.
I'm allergic to raspberries as well.
Dude, that sucks.
Dude, it's horrible.
Raspberries are so good. So good for you.
No, but my favorite animal is probably like a bird. I think it would be dope to fly.
Bird? What?
Yes, birds.
What?
Fucking falcon? Really fly like 90 miles an hour?
Dude, if you're gonna be a bird, you'd be like a
Dude,
a bald eagle.
I own birds. Well, yeah, just whatever. A bird of prey. They're all cool. Dude, okay. I actually used to be really into birds in my teenage years.
He wants to be a pretty little cardinal flying around.
Tyler's gonna be a penguin, bro.
Oh, dude, shit. I would literally sit on my porch up north and just like sit there with binoculars and bird watch when I was like 16 and 17.
You look old.
I can find you
I'm
a
not even
retirement
kidding.
home brochure, dude. I'll get you one.
Dude, I'll never forget. This is gonna sound really cheesy. I saw a rose-breasted grosbeak once, and I fucking flipped out. It was the first time I ever saw one. And I was like, oh my god, it's a rose-breasted grosbeak. No one fucking knew what the fuck I was talking about.
I'm gonna go on a whim here and say you didn't have a lot of friends growing up with them, kind of.
Oh no, I had a tight circle. They were all birds though. Like all my friends were just birds.
So you were a loner.
Wait, what?
Holy shit, Tuck.
I'm learning so much about tying it all.
Dude, look up a rose-breasted grosbeak. They're fucking dope. Okay. Anyways,
all right. I will say birds are pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. Flying is sick. Like I saw 3 eagles sitting right next to each other on a tree out in the wild. Like actually right at our cabin.
Majestic as fuck.
Yeah, it's majestic. American.
Weird.
But I would say my favorite animal, Sean, was probably a wolf.
Let's go.
I've always been a wolf
that
fan.
Answer.
Always
way
been
more
a
than a
wolf fan.
bird.
Just how they like hunt in packs and like coordinate everything together and just stealthy and badass. I want to get a tattoo of a wolf, quite bad. But Bailey, how about you? What's your favorite animal?
Man, I'm gonna be honest. That's so hard to pick from. There's so many cool animals, man.
Many cool animals.
I was lame.
I was into like sharks when I was younger.
Fuck a shark and fuck the ocean, dude.
Like I thought
you don't
shark,
like the ocean.
Like
what?
Shit.
You will never catch me on the ocean ever.
Bailey, have you ever been to the ocean?
Yeah.
Good.
I've been to the ocean. I've put my ankles in the ocean water, and that was fine.
Oh, yeah, your ankles. Okay, yeah.
So deep. That's where it counts.
No, you can go fuck yourself with all that.
Damn. Make you go scuba diving with sharks.
We've only explored.
No, something about
30%.
the ocean terrifies me, dude. I don't know.
We've only explored 30% of the ocean. Remember that. It might even be less than that. It might be like 20. Bailey, I like the shark.
Sorry, Bailey. Did you pick? You picked sharks.
Deal with lakes just fine.
Oh yeah, no. I grew up tubing and wakeboarding. What do you mean? There's a huge difference.
Josh, I'm so sorry. You're way off.
It's just a big lake.
The biggest
What
lake.
is it, like 11%, Sean?
We got 5% of the ocean. Tyler's got 95% unknown of him getting chopped in half.
Yeah, go for
bringing him out there.
Dude.
Never. You'll never catch me out there, dude.
Mermaids exist, man.
You even go like fishing in the ocean?
No, never. And I grew up fishing as well. I love fishing. But yeah. If I can't see land, you can go fuck yourself.
What the fuck?
You can
You
barely
wouldn't
see
even go
land
up
on
with a
Superior.
cruise if you had the
Yeah.
If someone came up to you and said, "Hey, I will give you a free like week-long cruise."
No, never.
Okay, what if they said like $1 million to
They're gonna give me $1 million to go on
go
a cruise.
swim in the ocean?
I mean, I kind of would have to. I'm not
Sharks and all.
stupid. I may like
They're gonna
bird
chum the
watching,
water.
but I'm not stupid.
You should go
I'd
on one
take
of
the
those
millie.
shark dives.
Dude,
Yeah,
I
go
swim
on
in
the
the
ocean.
ocean for free, brother.
Not for fun. That's not
Yeah,
my
I
version of
do.
fun, boys.
Dude, I go snorkeling. I love it.
No,
Dude.
Ty's version of fun is sitting out on his porch with a pair of
What?
binoculars watching the robins fly around.
No, the rose-breasted
Holy
Gossy.
shit, that's the green-beaked hummingbird.
Honey, did you see that? There's a cardinal out in that tree.
Oh no, cardinals aren't
Sipping
even
his
cool
cup
anymore.
of coffee, his pumpkin spice latte coffee
Oh
in the
my
morning at the
God, it's
window.
a hummingbird.
He has
I
a
just put
spot
out
there.
those new feeders this weekend. It looks like they're working.
The jelly does the trick.
I'm sorry, Ty. I
We
think
love
birds
you.
are cool too.
No, it's all good, dude. It's all good. Actually, my buddies, like my close buddies I grew up with and played sports with and shit. Actually, shout out to Johnny. Okay, you're probably not even listening. He gave me shit for not shouting him out ever. I'm like, dude, I shout you out all the time. But he's one of them. He'll tell you the bird thing's real. That's not a lie. He'll tell you. Like I was obsessed with him.
We know what to get Tyler for his birthday. Just a crap ton of bird watching equipment.
Just
Yeah.
I'm
All I
gonna
need
buy
is a good
that
binocs.
bird.
a bird book checklist for all the
I don't
birds
know
in
why I
between.
did this to myself. Now everyone is
Oh yeah.
shocked.
If you
This is
ever see
terrible.
Tyler,
What did I
rip on
do?
him.
How
What
much
have I
does a
done?
bird cost?
That's on you, buddy.
I mean, dude, you can buy some expensive birds. I've never owned something like
Get a
above,
toucan.
like a cockatiel or a parakeet.
Get a
I was
toucan.
more into just like honestly, just fucking bird watching or just paying attention to birds and being like, oh, what is that one? And try to, yeah. But anyways, off the bird talk, we have it's bird law, dude. It's bird law.
Bird law.
You
That's
think
just
bird
ignore
law?
it.
that's a deep dive, always sunny joke for you
Ignore
guys.
it.
Dude, Always Sunny is so good.
I'll
the
say mine.
best.
Mine's just snakes, so it's probably worse than birds.
Of course,
I mean,
you know what? That does not surprise me at all that Sean would be into like the poisonous animal.
What do you mean? It's venomous for one.
Well, they're
not
both.
poisonous.
No, they're totally different.
No, it's not. It's got to be the
No,
same. It's just a
poison-
different way of saying it.
Poison will go through your system and try to shut down. Venom will not the point where it is.
That's no, that can't be true. Look it up, Bailey. Pull that shit up.
What is it?
Welcome to National
Poison-
Geographic
poison
by
versus-
BDE.
Yeah, what the fuck are we
Big
talking about?
documentary energy.
True.
Yeah. Yeah, Sean does strike me as a
How
snake
the
guy.
toxins enter the body.
Yeah.
Toxins for
I know.
poison or enter.
Poisonous and venomous. Like there's
Yeah,
different
they're
kinds of
both.
snakes.
But I probably use venomous a lot more.
All right, venomous. Okay.
I see why you like playing new at first.
Oh yeah, it's a snake. That's all I need.
All right, what do we got next on the questions?
Did you guys see Dylan's question?
About the sun being.
We kind of honestly, Dylan. We kind of used your question as a talking point this episode. If you want to like circle back, you probably already heard it if you're listening to this point. But he asked, why do you guys think LSS let Zen speedrun to LL and Blitz? They didn't ban bonds. They just left it knowing the power of those cards. Yeah, again, we kind of touched on it, whether or not they did it intentionally or not. I don't know.
Maybe that was the test. Maybe they wanted to see what could have happened if they didn't ban things in CC for him.
Now they know.
It's either that or they're just like, oh, it's just Blitz. Who cares? Like it's one of the two. And I actually kind of don't want them to like have that sort of attitude towards Blitz. I wish Blitz could be fixed in some way to make it more. I don't know. It seems like the new player, they enjoy Blitz, but the enfranchised players are just kind of like down on Blitz. It feels like a lot of times. So once you learn CC and you kind of learn that, get over that learning curve, that's like where the real game is played,
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Dylan, if you want to just circle back to when we talked about that, we kind of went more in depth about that. And I think that might have been the last question. Just a couple this episode.
Sick.
Thank you, Sean, for hopping in there.
Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah. It was fun learning about poisonous and venomous snakes. That was dope.
Yeah, I learned about birds, so
bird law, dude. It's bird law.
But I like to point out you're a natural prey.
Oh shit. I guess that's fitting when I'm playing Teklo against your Zen deck.
Yep. Cat beats a robot anytime.
All right, boys, let's get the fuck out of here.
All right. Well, thank you for tuning in on episode 56. We appreciate it if you've made it this far. Always give us a follow on Spotify. Always know that you guys are listening and keeping up with us. We have a Discord link to join the Discord. It's always in the show notes of the episode. You can find us on Spotify, Apple Music, and I think Prime podcasts.
Oh, yeah. We're all over, baby.
You can send us an email at bigdeckenergycast@gmail.com. Bailey, what's the YouTube?
Big Deck Energy.
Perfect. There's a few different ones out there. I know we still have that challenge against Charlie. Critical.
Yeah, dude.
The battle of the Big Deck Energies.
Hey, challenge is still open, man. We'll throw down anytime, anywhere.
I saw that we posted our Facebook or our episode on Facebook, and BDDDE.
What?
Yeah, he commented. Actually, made a little joke. Shout out!
Wait,
shout out to that guy.
what?
No, it was all in good. It was all in good fun.
I don't
though.
keep up with Facebook much.
I think he said something like, "I have a couple extra D's than you," with a smiley face. I was like, "Oh shit!"
He dunked on y'all.
Oh, yeah, he did.
Posted.
It was pretty good.
It's not hard to dunk on Josh or Bailey, but Ty, what the heck, man?
Yeah, didn't we talk about BDDDE a while back?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, I think they they got a spoiler, or maybe like they got mentioned on one of the streams, and we were like, "Oh, is that us? Oh shit, that's not us," because it's so close. But yeah, no, it was funny. It was kind of a lighthearted joke.
Two more D's than you.
It was good.
So it was something.
Probably go see a doctor.
Of course, the Minnesotan goodbye by us. Oh, Minnesotan.
God, is that really what it is?
Here we go with another Minnesota goodbye.
But yeah, big dice deck and dragon energy.
Makes sense.
We should have him on.
Oh, that would be great.
We'll settle this BDE.
If you hear this, buddy, reach out. We're gonna have you on.
The biggest D off wins.
All right. Well, thank you for everyone that listens to us. We appreciate it. And we'll catch you next week on episode 57. As we always like to say, signing off. Peace.
See ya.
As always, it's a pleasure.
Adios.